Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio, Ressies Podcast, here with the former great turf cricketer himself, DJ Checkers, and the three-time wicket taker, Riley Shrey, in the studio. Boys, how are we?
Good. I've announced my retirement from cricket, so...
Oh, well, it was quite vocalised on social media.
It was just one post. It's just that the whole community outpoured a lot of love and grief at the fact that they're never going to see me on the turf again.
Yeah. I cried. I cried personally. And Shrey, obviously, the three-time wicket taker this season. Free agent, yes. That'll be an interesting summer. But, boys, we're joined by a much higher... upper echelon
an up and comer of the turf system, yes. I believe.
Yeah. But also someone that is way better than us in cricket. We've got Sam Elliott in the studio.
Yeah, thank you.
Sam. Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we've just been chewing the fat, and we forgot to bloody press record on this chat. So
we've already spoken about how big our penises are. So
Mine's micro.
No, it's good to have you finally on. We've been trying to get. We had Tommy Rogers on the last ep, and we had got you now. We've been trying to get both of you on for ages, but you guys have been too busy taking poles and hitting runs.
Yeah, I think he got Tommy at the right time. It was fresh after his 196, so I'm sure he would have told you guys all about that.
No, he loved that. He was trying to play it down, but he loved talking about it. We kept circling back to it.
I want to hear more about it.
Yeah.
But it's good that finally get you on because cricket season's wrapped up. You're fully finished. You had your Mad Monday.
Yeah, we tried to go last
week.
Monday. It would have been almost a good episode because we were across the road at the Rising Sun, so I should have popped in.
Yeah,
it's actually our player sponsor for cricket season, the Rising Suns.
I just thought I'd tell friends of the show.
Thank you very, very much, the Rising Sun. They've been good to us. Imagine that, bringing the cameras and.
We should have just done the podcast with the Rising Sun. I'm sure it would happen at one point.
That would have been a good live show.
Jill would be sick of us. He's like, "You guys stink when you come in here. Just take the cameras across the road and get far away from me."
It's a sweaty old studio, and the boys over there would love us, but. We've finally got you in the studio. We're glad to have you here. First time I met Sam, he's trying to convince women at the Moseley Hotel that I'm Wes Agar and I'm taking fifers in Big Bash cricket.
He's the wingman.
He was a great wingman for me.
And were any girls believe
it? Did.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah.
That's a shock. That's a disgrace to Wes Agar. I feel like he's not going to enjoy that.
We had Katie McDonald and Roger coming up and going, Wes, it's lovely to meet you. And
we had a woman on toast. She had no idea. She believed it.
I actually feel really bad for Wes, man. He's a good looking
I was going to say, he's one of the best looking roosters going around.
Absolutely. And then he's been compared to me.
Anyway, I'm Brad Pitt.
Oh, no, but...
and Riley Shrey, I don't know what we can say he looks like.
Burnt toast.
It's the guy from the Link side.
It's that guy.
Oh, not again.
On the topic of Shrey, did you happen to see his coin toss on the
I did.
weekend?
It caught me by surprise. I was just sort of scrolling on the couch and actually got me. I actually had a really good chuckle at it. Showed my brother straight away. And then it was even funnier when I saw Clarko's reaction to it. And then I knew it was just going to go.
Clarko loved it.
Yeah.
Clarko loved it, the cheeky fella.
Yeah.
He doesn't smile off often, but you've made one of the toughest men in football laugh, Shrey.
Well, I can break everything. I can run through a brick wall right now. You have no idea.
Absolutely. And then you on the Sunday as well with the...
Yeah.
Were they two golf gloves?
Yeah. Yeah.
That cost an arm and a leg.
Can you talk us through that?
Gary Lyon wasn't a fan of Shrey's coin toss, and I'm trying to think who the other commentator was. They said it was a bit controversial. And we were originally going to do another funny gag on the Sunday, but we thought if we did that, the AFL might just can us from ever coming to the sport again. So we had to take it professionally. And unfortunately, we had a few beers at the Riser on Saturday night, and my brain wasn't working too smooth. So my idea was to put on some golf gloves and tuck my shirt in, and that's being professional.
Yeah.
So I brought my coin in. It's been in my back pocket ever since.
Oh, yours is only a silver coin.
Well, Shrey's was a $1 coin.
Yeah.
Mine's a specific Richmond Tigers coin, which I was thinking if I did somehow Vic Bush Rangers maybe convinced me to come out of retirement next year and play a few Shield games and want me to captain.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say captain. But I can do the coin toss. You know,
Here's Checkers with the coin. It's Richmond side for heads and the other side for tails.
We were madly googling coin tosses, and it could be a good point discussion, but Usman Khawaja does a crazy one. As it's
Well, it was funny because we actually had a meeting halfway through our year on we were horrendous. Southo was horrendous at tossing the coin this year. Like really
He's horrendous
bad.
in the Big Bash as well.
We were like 0-6 from coin tosses or something like that, but still managed to be up near the top. And like cricket, so essential, winning the toss. So we were thinking about going around the room. We started getting polls. Everyone had to put in a vote the day before. What do we want, heads or tails? Because it just nothing was working.
He was horrible with the bat flip as well in the Big Bash.
Yeah.
So he
Oh,
honestly
mate.
I don't think he won any this year as well. So he just kept, maybe just take the captaincy off him. You can do the on-field leadership, but the pre-game maybe give it to maybe bring Finchy out of retirement just for that.
Do you change the coin toss to a rock paper scissors, or get if you ever played local footy and the umpire never had a coin to toss?
We did this last year.
Put the whistle behind the back and guess which hand the whistle's in.
I hate it.
We did a rock paper scissors in the Div 12 Ressies. No one had a coin, so the two captains just rock paper scissors.
AFLX.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's elite.
Well, yeah. So there was obviously Khawaja does this big run up. He runs at the umpire and then tosses it 20 meters away, which I thought was a bit weird. Considering any bloke in the cricket scene, I didn't think Usman Khawaja would be the guy to do the funny coin toss.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's good for
Yeah, I
him.
would have thought. Actually, friend of Vic Bushrangers, I thought Jimmy Patterson would have been the run 20 meters and throw it away.
Yeah, there's a
So
few.
we were discussing Shield cricketers that would do a funny coin toss.
Yeah.
We had a few ideas. What do we have? Maybe do an injury out there. It'd be funny if we had to get the stretcher out.
I thought you were going to do an ACL when you...
Well, my ACL's already hurting, so we had the idea to throw it as high as we could. I mean, I threw mine pretty high, but we could try. Trey tried to hit the roof. So
Close.
I was wondering, Sam, if you had any ideas, if you ever get the opportunity to captain the Vics, what would you be doing?
It's a good question, actually. Well, I was more thinking ideas for you guys.
That's
If
fair.
you guys-
You don't want to embarrass yourself. Yeah, junction.
Nice.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys go out to the footy, and I think that's a good one, or stumbling over or something like that, like going as soon as you put the coin,
Yeah.
falling over or something like that. And
Yeah.
you need to do it on a team that's like on a losing streak, so it's like it's even more odd.
Rub some salt in the wound.
Yeah, I think North Melbourne Fremantle was the perfect game to do
Yeah.
a weird coin toss out. There wasn't much expectation there. You know that if you're doing Anzac Day, you're doing Queen's birthday, you're doing Easter Monday, do that coin toss really seriously. But I think
Imagine-
North Fremantle Marvel, you can probably get away with a bit.
Let me set the scene for you. It's a packed out MCG on a Sunday afternoon. It's Collingwood Carlton. Shrey rolls in and he tries to do a funny gag with the coin toss. Do you reckon you're getting out of the MCG alive?
I'd been belted up the steps. Yeah, no chance.
Just the fact, Alex Pearce was having a giggle, and I think we picked the perfect game for that
Yeah.
one. So, well, we can move off coin tossing now. I thought we were going to talk about that for about 40 minutes. So that was my plan.
My brain doesn't have it anymore.
This is not a coin pod. I'm not
Damn.
about that.
Well, it has been a coin pot at home ever since. We've been talking about it. One thing I will bring up before we move away from the coin toss is Shrey now owns the most played video ever on the AFL's Instagram.
Oh, that's a lead, Schrader. Beautiful.
I don't know.
We're thinking about iconic moments of the AFL. Sam, what's the most? I'll list some off. Robbie Williams doing the pre-game. We had Kiss. We had Dacos brothers winning the flag.
Jezelenko Specky.
Well, I don't know if Instagram was around back in those days.
Imagine that would have been elite.
But yeah, in the modern times of Instagram, Shrey's videos tracking towards 10 million views in just the last 3 days.
10 mil.
It'd probably be close.
Jeez.
I haven't checked this morning.
Oh,
It'd be
he's
close.
lying.
I haven't checked
He's
this
lying.
morning. I checked a multitude of times this morning,
You know
but I
what,
haven't
I'll
checked
check
since
for
then.
you.
We got up at 6:30 a.m. this morning, Sam, to go on ABC Breakfast TV, which we
About the coin toss?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So normally we don't get a lot of TV gigs, but normally we do. Maybe say we get Channel 9, Channel 7. Maybe Mum will flick me a text. Maybe some friends from school will flick me a text. Will might text me.
Yeah.
We were thinking this morning, who do we know that is going to be watching ABC?
At 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and we come to the conclusion it's literally only going to be people that are in hospital.
Yep.
And to be fair, a man who I know who just went in for surgery messaged me, and that was the only message I got. He said, "Keep it up, Checkers. Just saw you at ABC." And I was like, "That must have been at the Women's and Children's in Adelaide. That's the only place you could have seen that."
I can tell you right now, the old factory I used to work at as a dispatch worker, they would have seen you. They would have seen you in full force. But I thought you boys were going to be on radio. When I saw the little 2-minute clip, it was just
It
so.
was 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
That best bit is we rocked. Sam, you rolled into the potty today. We haven't really given you too much info on what we're going to talk about or anything. We've rocked up at 6:30, and all I've got is meet at ABC at 6:30. We get there, and they go, your name's not on the list. They put me down as Josh.
Oh, Josh.
Just, oh, you must be Josh. And then they walked us into the makeup room, started piling makeup on our face, and then just put us on 2 lounges, and we're on live TV. And I was like, what are we talking about? We spoke to Jared Caden, and they said they could have been stitching us up. They could have been, anything could have been in store, but...
If it was any other TV channel other than ABC, I think it could have almost been a stitch up. But I think ABC is too professional.
It's a bit of respect.
Yeah.
But
A lot of respect for it.
could have easily put us in the chair at ABC and said, all right, it's penis measurement time.
I would have obliged.
All right. Pull them down. Pull them down,
No
Trey.
disrespect to the ABC, they were actually pretty friendly to us.
They were really nice, except they put 10 pounds of makeup
a
on
lot
me.
of makeup on us.
Yeah, Shrey was telling me he got like a fair whack with the
I had to
the
use like
foundation.
5 baby wipes. So I don't know if you've done your makeup session with Sam, but we have to send you back out there and start piling it on. Yeah, so it was definitely an eye-opening experience because it was 6:30 in the morning. But
Yeah, oh my god. My eyes were closed still, actually.
And they sat you very close together as well, like
yeah,
I tried not to.
like real touchy each other. I mean,
we probably should have done a little bit of research on what we were doing. We just rocked up, rolled into South Bank and just did our thing.
beautiful. And Dave Hughes was buying vapes.
That's a story for another time.
But we move on.
All right, let's start talking about Sam.
Yeah,
We've
let's-
talked about the coin
let's
toss
stop
for
talking about the
46
coin
minutes.
toss.
I'm happy to keep talking about it.
Coin pod. Sam,
You did say you met him at Gather Round.
yeah.
He's trying to wingman you as Wes Agar, and ever since we wanted to catch up with him, we've moved to Melbourne. You've moved down from Geelong. We know he's a bit of the man on the scene coming up in Vic cricket.
Very much
Besides
so.
me.
And at the time, I reckon you would have played a handful of Big Bash games and maybe 1 or 2 Shield games, which we were actually at.
Yeah.
I
I think, did you say your flight got delayed that
our
day?
flight
or
got
something?
delayed,
Yeah.
and
What better to do than
we
come
had
to
our
Shield?
suitcases and we didn't know what to do for 6 hours. So we took our suitcase to MCG and just sat in, because knowing that we could have, no offense to Vic Cricket or the Shield, we could have a nap and our suitcases would be safe and we would be safe sitting in the massive stands at the MCG. Didn't have a nap because Sam was bowling wheels and taking poles. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. That's my introduction to Sam, is just seeing him bowl wheels at the G while I was trying to have a nap for the plane. But
Shay, did you watch much of that game, or were you?
No, I actually had a nap.
but yeah, we had Tommy Rogers on last week, and I'll reference back to him. But he sort of got called up into the Victoria cricket scene last minute, just before his debut for the Stars. The night before, he was at the pool and got called up and said, "Do you want to come play for the Stars?" You've probably had a bit of a different trajectory into your cricket.
Yeah,
Your
a
dad's
little
played
bit.
for Australia, and you've
Yep.
come through the system probably a little bit neater than
Tommy.
Tommy. But both found yourself in the same place.
Yeah.
How was that growing up, coming through the system? Where did you first start playing cricket?
Yeah, well, I actually started playing cricket in Adelaide. I grew up in Adelaide. I spent 5 years there.
I was going to say, your dad played at West Torrens.
Yeah,
He was a redback cricketer.
Yes.
Yeah. He played the last 2 years, I think, in SA. So I started my cricket in Kensington Cricket Club there. So yeah, I started there, and then we made the move actually to Bendigo, country Victoria, and then coming up and down every week was way too much. So then we moved up to Melbourne, year 7, year 8, and then like you said.
So you're living in Bendigo but playing...
living in Bendigo, playing junior cricket in Bendigo. This is like when I was year 6.
Yeah.
But then I was always coming up for
State
rep
teams,
squads or
yeah.
whatever it is. So then, eventually moved down because it started getting not just weekends, like Tuesday, Thursdays, trainings, whatever. So I ended up moving up here. So yeah.
Was that the whole family move?
Yeah,
For the sake of your cricket? Is that...
Well, my older brother was in Vic squads and stuff coming up as well, and my little brother ended up playing Vic footy as well under 18. So he didn't play cricket, but he played footy. So we all moved up.
So backyard cricket's very competitive at your house.
Yeah, so I got just thrown the ball because Zach, my older brother, was like, "No, I'm just going to bat." So I was 3 years younger than him, so it was a lot of hard grueling days in the
Yeah.
backyard.
Just spanking you around.
Everywhere.
Did your dad ever pop out for a hit?
Oh, that would have been the worst.
He was a pretty handy bat back in the
Yeah.
day. He played for Australia. He opened the batting. It's before Shrey's time. I know this.
20 odd
No,
test
definitely.
matches.
But I
Yeah.
do remember going out and watching him at West Torrens. Because I was playing juniors at Torrens at the time and had a few coaching clinics, and he was He was the guy on the scene.
Oh, really?
In Adelaide, he was the big recruit for the Redbacks.
Yeah.
We only had Mark Cosgrove, and we recruited Matthew Elliott one year, and things were on the up. So, I mean, you would have got a fair bit of bowling experience there.
Yeah, I
family.
don't think he ever came out much. There was one time actually where I got in trouble because we were actually in Adelaide at the time, and it was his last game, and or second last game anyway. One of my friends was like there, and we were still only young. We were 8, 9 or 10 or something like that. Anyway, Dad sneaked off for 13, and then the guy behind me goes, "Oh, your dad's shit." And so I've turned around and punched him square in the face.
As you fucking should. Yeah.
Anyway, so we come off. I've just got the biggest yelling from Mum and Dad. Anyway, the next day, sort of went out there, was trying to come out and play cricket, and then Dad's just come out and my brother, and we got everyone out there playing. So it wasn't really part of the day before, but I did feel like at the time it was a bit of a part of that because I got whacked everywhere, and it wasn't like 30 minutes, 40. It was like 3-4 hours of bowling in the backyard.
Jeez.
Really
No
put him into
So
the
the guy
sword.
that you punched in the face, is that someone that was 13, 14, or was that like a 40, 50-year-old man?
No, he was same age as me, 9, 10.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Okay, yeah.
No, it wasn't older.
I was
Probably
like-
would have been funnier if it was
Yeah.
older.
Yeah, I would have been
better.
like, I would have been champ. If I was your parents, I'd be like, well done, son.
Yeah.
Don't take that from an
Fucking
old man.
Stand up for him.
His parents actually said, nah, he deserved it, so.
Fucking the parents are siding with you. I like it. I like it.
So that was best story from when Dad was playing. Yeah.
That's elite. That's so good.
What point? So you said you played with the rep team and
Yeah.
state team, and did you moved to Melbourne? How did you find the move getting into like academies and like obviously I don't know how it works in Victoria, so I'm just gonna blind because I've been in SA my whole life, never in the state team or the academies, unfortunately. That came later in life, you know. But how did that work? Do you move in and you start training at Junction, at the MCG? You start training with the Vic team? When did
it isn't quite as linear as footy. It's a bit everywhere. There's like the Vic sort of carnival. There's all regions in Victoria, and then if you do well for that, you get picked in like the Vic squad, and then you get picked in the Vic team, and then there's like under 13s, 15s, 17s, 19s. So when I was 15, I think it was, I was sort of in and around that stuff, played in the Vic 15s, Vic 17s, and that same championship in the 19s all in that year. And then I didn't play cricket for about 2 or 3 years after that because I had stressies in my back. So
True.
From when I was like 15 to 18 or 19,
Were you
I didn't
always
play.
bowling wheels? Is that you had?
I was
You had a
more
bit
of
of
a batter.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say you said you had a bit of a growth spurt at 15.
Yeah, I was more of a batter when I was younger. But it sort of came to a point where I was sort of bowling was doing well, and then once I started going up playing like sort of out of my age group, I was sort of more bowling and batting down. But yeah, I like to think now that's even back out a bit as a bit of an all-rounder now.
Definitely in
Absolutely.
the Big Bash, we've seen a little bit of swinging the bat at the end of the innings.
Well, 80 on debut in the Shield in the second innings. 80 not out, just holding the stick at the end of the innings and coming in and.
I
Coming when
definitely
it's
feel
clutch.
sometimes I've been at the G watching the Stars or watching on TV, and you'll come in middle to late order, and I'm like, he's got long levers, he can hit a big ball.
Mate,
And
That's
sometimes
what
you
everyone
do,
thinks.
yeah.
Long levers. I just nudge them around, nip them and nudge them. That's all I do.
hey, it doesn't say in the scorecard how
Yeah,
you got
exactly,
them.
exactly.
It's just all about getting the runs. And that's all you need to do.
Exactly.
So obviously making your List A debut in 2021.
For those listening to the pod, what does List A? Just because
List A.
I know what it is, but I'm looking
Yeah.
at Shrey and he's looking
Yes.
confused.
Oh, for
no
us
idea.
nuffies, we know what it is. But List A is when you play one-day domestic cricket. Limited
Well, a bit
overs.
more explanation again, because Trey's still looking confused.
Limited
You play for
overs,
Victoria.
50 over cricket.
So you play state cricket for Victoria.
Oh, okay.
State
Yeah,
50
state
over
cricket.
cricket.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And
There's
then
a
you
bit
play-
of terminology here that we have to remember. There's a few Shreys getting around.
And then your first class cricket is your multi-day, 4-day series.
Beautiful.
Cricket. And then the Big Bash. Do you know what the Big Bash is, Shrey?
No.
That's when you turn around and hit other 9-year-olds and saying your dad's shit.
Exactly.
So obviously you started in 2021 with the List A stuff and then found your way into the first class side 2022. What was the moment when you found out you were going to make your first class debut?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I'll say it anyway.
Yeah.
I might get Dad in trouble, but so I was meant to find out on the maybe on the Tuesday. We might have been playing on the Thursday from our head of cricket, Dave Hussey. And then I was playing club cricket on the Saturday, which is like VFL sort of equivalent. And on the Saturday, it was sort of raining, drizzling, bit wet, like bit slippery. And so it was like hard to sort of stand up and whatever else. And Dad sort of, as I was walking out to like mark my run up and get ready to bowl and stuff, he said like, don't go too hard. I was like, what do you mean? Like, we need to win this game to get in the top 4.
I'm gonna knock someone's block off.
Yeah,
Dad.
yeah.
I'm gonna bounce.
I'm gonna go at 100%. And he was like, you might have a game on Thursday, so just go easy.
He heard some rumours around it.
Yeah. So well, he was presenting my cap, so obviously he got told before me. But yeah, so that's how I found out. I actually found out from Dad. But then when Dave told me I was acting, oh my god, no way. Yeah. I was so surprised.
David, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So
So
those AFL draftee videos where they have to call their family. I ever
Yeah.
wonder if any of them get the inside word just so they don't swear. Like if you come
surely
from
who FaceTime? Like
Yeah.
if your son's FaceTime, you're like, oh well.
his
He's Debooey.
his son's 18, he's moved to WA to play in the AFL, and you're getting a FaceTime call on a Tuesday afternoon. You're like,
Yeah.
Hey-
what could this possibly be?
Hey, Dad, what are you doing? Hey, mate, I'm just at work. Just put up the framework. Oh, have you got a minute? No, I'm actually like fucking busy, mate.
I'm gonna have to leave you, mate. See ya.
Yeah. Sorry, mate, I gotta go.
Yeah, I wonder how many times the parent is actually shocked. Like, obviously you're happy, but you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not watching. I'm like, I'm pretty sure if you're getting a call on a Tuesday arvo when teams are sort of getting picked,
Yeah.
you know what's
You got
coming
an
if you're a
idea.
parent.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So, in the Vic squad, who would you say is probably one of your best mates, or that's been around the traps with you for a few years in the team?
Well, Will Parker, who we were just speaking about before, he's recently left to go to Collingwood on the Category B rookie for footy, but he was probably one of my closest mates, along with, I actually lived with Todd Murphy and Cam McClure, so I lived with them for about 2 or 3 years, so yeah, those 3 boys I get along well with.
While Todd was in the Aussie side, did you get to go around and watch his first?
He went a level above. We were sort of just in this little townhouse in Sandringham, and then as soon as he started from playing for Australia, he bought his own place in Cheltenham.
True.
Big bucks.
Yeah,
Money bags
so-
over here.
Nah, he was. It was good because it was during COVID as well, so we're right near the beach, so we could actually do stuff together rather.
So you could say it was you guys that really elevated him.
yeah,
to
we
Aussie level,
showed him the ropes. Yeah,
Yeah, it was the backyard cricket and stuff. You got him in and about. Yeah,
showed him the ropes definitely.
definitely.
Especially the big fast bowlers, because Cam McClure is not far from being the same height as you. So
Yeah, I reckon he's even got me covered a little bit.
yeah, it'd be an intimidating household for little
This
Todd
is,
Murphy to be living in.
We got the Chocolates podcast. They were living with Marnus Labuschagne before he
Yeah.
played for Australia.
Yeah.
And it was one of the blokes played at West Torrens, who's good,
Yeah.
played footy at Lockleys actually.
Yes.
Moved to Queensland. He's living with Marnus while he was playing state cricket, and
Yeah.
then Marnus gets picked for Australia, and you're like, whoa, we're running a podcast in the back shed, and we've got Marnus in the front room playing Xbox.
One day they're chopping corn and Marnus is coaching it in the kitchen, and then he's playing for Australia.
Yeah. Well, it was good. Yeah, like I said, it was good because it was COVID, and it was when we had like the curfew and whatever else over here, and we actually like had no idea what to do. We were sort of in limbo for a bit of training, so me and Todd would just stay up till 4 a.m. play FIFA, and that was our lives pretty much.
There's a lives for a lot of us, I think.
Sounds like
You're looking at the man. in
Trey's
front.
Trey's still living that life.
yeah, sounds like our lives right now. I was about to say.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested when you first came into the state side, because I remember going to the game, but I can't remember who was in tune. Who was the blokes who took you under their wing? Who was in that Vic side? Because I know they had a bit of success in the late era there. There was a Shield victory. I'm trying to think what year.
There was back-to-back shield.
I'm trying to think if it was 21. When was
Forward
it?
Ahmed, did he take you?
When I first came to the squad, I didn't play at that stage, but when I first came in when I was 18 or so, to be honest, like everyone's really good, but some of the older guys I get along with well is Peter Hanscom and Scotty Boland and stuff. Like it's hard not to get along well with
Yeah,
them.
there's quite a successful list of cricketers in that sort of early 2020 period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember just hearing stories of their Shield wins, and you had like Jimmy Pattinson on the way out who played for Australia, but you had like Peter Hanscom in the team who was playing for Australia.
Yeah. Siddle.
Yeah.
Seb Gotch.
Seb Gotch is, yeah.
Great cricketer.
Yeah.
Gotchi.
One we
yeah.
need to get on the pod soon.
Yeah, down in Sorrento now actually playing
Yes.
cricket and footy, I think.
Yeah.
I believe he's
I like
coaching at Sorrento. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
And they just won a
Club coach.
fourth flag.
Yeah.
Third
So
flag.
he's walked into a hard gig.
Yeah.
He's
Three on
worked
the
it.
trot.
Yeah, the poor man. Obviously, talking a little bit of footy and a little bit of cricket, you just mentioned Will Parker got drafted. If you were to ever change codes and play like state or professionally, What would you change to? What's like
Sport-wise?
Yeah.
I'd like to say footy.
Yeah.
I didn't really play many other sports growing up. It was always cricket, summer, footy, winter. But I want to like play golf. I think golf would be the best one, but I'm nowhere near good enough to
You've
play.
got years to
play
learn
golf.
that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it should be so easy because the ball's sitting still. But it's just not. It really frustrates
Sam,
me.
don't even get me started. I played 9 holes the other day. It took me 2.5 hours to get through 9 of them by myself. And
Yeah.
I had a golf cart, but I was just chasing my ball around everywhere. So God only knows what it's like for the real strugglers out there. But
Especially Will Taylor strolling the golf course for 2.5 hours by himself.
Yeah, that's pretty.
in a cart, I'm driving up to where I hit the
What'd
ball.
you do? Stop at the sixth for lunch or something?
Pretty much. No, it was a busy day down at the Brighton public.
That is on par with like 30 minutes a hole almost. So 20 minutes a hole.
Yeah, well, look.
And it's par 3.
Par 3 course.
We'll pull the hot dogs out the thermostat and just made a hot dog like we did the footy.
I think I went through like a whole packet of Chewy in that 2.5 hours as well.
Frustration.
Yeah, just out of frustrating golf shots.
Do you
But
play golf at all? Do you ever get
Not
hit?
well.
Nah.
Not well.
Do you play with Tommy Rogers? Because he
No, but
He goes well.
no.
No, I don't.
He
wanna-
tells us his shit, and then there's got a handicap of 1.
Didn't he work in a golf store?
Yeah.
He sorts all the boys out with golf kit, I think.
He said he was like really average, and then we asked him his scratch. He's like, "Yeah, I'm." What the handicap? He's like, "Yeah, I'm on my scratch."
We also
Yeah.
took him for a kick at the footy, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm pretty average at footy." And then he almost knocked off Caden McDonald in a goal kicking challenge. So
Yeah, true.
he was slotting from everywhere.
I'd never want to play anything with him because he's always like, "No, I'm so bad." Oh, look at that shot! It's so bad. It's like mine's 10 meters ahead, yours is 190. Like, what are you even talking about?
Even when he was trying to describe his 196
Oh,
that he
man.
scored, he's like, "Yeah, just hit a few over the fence." Like, you hit 15 sixes.
I was out there. It was actually ridiculous. Like it was.
Yeah, the highlight. I've had to go through the highlights the other day because I didn't see the innings live on a plane, but the highlights was crazy.
He went bunter.
He did. He was not even just hitting them just like inside the fence. He was hitting them over the stadium
Yeah.
sometimes. There was one that went out of the ground and a couple that went like road 26 on the at North. He was like, "Oh, it was a tiny little ground." I was like, "You were still hitting them out of the stadium."
I think when I batted that innings, I hit 160 and was like that far over the road. And here's a go like so far.
He's like, "Yeah, good on you, mate. You done a fucking great shot."
I was like, shut up.
Who would you say amongst the Vic group is one of the rarest units?
Rarest.
Like, is there anyone that's got a weird
Personality. Who's got the personality?
Yeah.
Rare. That's a good question. There's not too many like super rare blokes.
Or who's a surprise packet? Because when I look at the Aussie side, and I just said before, Usman Khawaja is this crazy coin toss, and he's the last bloke I'd pick to do something crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be, if it was Mitch Marsh, I'd be like, he's gonna just kick the coin over the fence. He's a weird, he's an operator.
Yeah.
Who's the surprise packet at the Vic? So you'd be like, maybe we think he's like a bit of a straight edge operator, but he's
Travis Dean. He's like probably. I think everyone would say he's the funniest guy in the squad, like by far. And then even I've got mates that look like he's pretty like on the straight and narrow, like very serious, but he like by far the funniest person.
He does look like a serious operator.
Travis
would
Dean,
not,
yeah.
would not pick him.
I can only think of his Crick Info stock image, and it's a serious photo. You can always like the Crick Info. That's where it gives you the you know, if they're smiling, if they've got their hair brushed to the side, or it's a bit. Jimmy Patson's was always ruffled with the mullet, you know.
Same with Scotty Bowen. Like he gets this rap that he's really quiet and stuff, which he is, but like he's still very funny as well. Especially those two together.
He's got a little bit of lip about him.
Yeah, Scotty. Yeah, he's good. He's
a good man.
Good value.
It's good.
Beautiful.
I want to bring up footy just quickly because we did touch it before. Your brother plays pretty good footy.
Yeah.
It's in the family a little bit, you could say. Did you play at all? Where did you play? What position?
So my little brother is definitely better than what I ever was. But yeah, Dad played footy, just Goulburn Valley Footy League. He's from Kyabram, so he played footy down there in the country. Will my little brother was captain of Oakley Chargers for his top age year in the TAC Cup or NAB League, or I think it's called now. But he had like this bone condition in his knee where he had to have this surgery, which was about 16-month recovery time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sounds like Jim Brady. You do your knee at 16 and it ruins your AFL career.
Yeah, well, they didn't know when that specific injury you need to get lots of things checked, and luckily it was okay, and he's come back and now he's playing VFL this year.
Oh, I love
so hopefully he does well this year. But for me, I grew up when I moved to Melbourne, I had a few mates playing at Glen Iris, so played just Glen Iris footy there, and then played school footy and played TAC Cup as well for the Chargers.
Would you ever consider throwing on the boots for one more game? Because
if you can tick it off with cricket, I'm more than happy to.
Okay,
Yeah.
Michael Beer.
Michael Beard, Dave Hussey, Seb
What is
Gotch.
Michael Beer's role with cricket? We need to get him on the pod too.
He's,
He's one we need to get on.
I think they're running like a university course out of the Junction. I think he's like heading that up or something.
Okay,
like
so he's
that.
not the man to ring for this.
No, definitely
Damn,
not.
it was a Lyndon Dunn. He used to be the guy for
Graham
this.
Manu.
Graham Manu.
Graham
Oh
Manu.
my gosh. Oh, no.
Yes.
We have some contacts here
Cricket
because
pod.
Graham
Yes.
Manu's uncle lived next door to us in Adelaide.
Really?
That was his flex. We met our neighbours for the first time. We moved to this new house, and we go meet our neighbours, and he goes, I'm Graham Manu's uncle. That's how he introduced himself. So we were blown because we were doing Redbacks videos at the time. So
Yeah.
it was the biggest pisser. And he used to help mow our lawn sometimes. So
He did. Good man, that fella.
Maybe
Yeah, so Graham's the general manager. He's like the big wig, the big
all right,
dog.
if we get on the
Yeah.
phone to Graham, we say we're going to fuck Sam's back up.
Yeah.
And he's going to take
One
speckies all
game.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember when Graham Manu was the host of the TV show Cricket Superstars?
No, I didn't have Fox back in the day. I
Oh,
wasn't.
mate.
But
Is that the
I
one,
kn-
the Ian Holland one?
Yeah. That's, mate, they've got to bring that stuff back.
it was the same as a recruit for Matty
Okay,
Eagles.
that
I
makes
assume.
sense.
Yeah,
That makes
but I never watched a recruit on YouTube. I didn't. Mum and Dad wouldn't get Fox. That's,
Yeah.
That's stiff.
That's where I
It was like
first got
$120 a
introduced
month.
into Graham
Seriously
Manu.
though, what a show though. Like
Yeah, getting the
getting
opportunity.
people to, and then if you win, you become a professional sportsman. It's
Yeah.
Well,
what a
we
show.
were thinking a few times through the Big Bash season. Imagine if they had. Oh, it wasn't that the Big Bash was dying, but I was like, the Big Bash used to have some crazy names when it first came about. Like I'm thinking, as a Redbacks or SA, we had Shahid Afridi and Kieran Pollard and Yunus Khan.
Yep.
All in the same team.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's three of the biggest international names. And there used to be some massive names. And then they had Andrew Johns played a game for New South Wales and never played cricket. And apparently he's on a podcast. He said he rocked up pretty blind
Yeah.
and was facing Brett Lee.
Yeah.
So I was like, in my head, I was like, imagine a rule where they have a game where each Big Bash team has to field like two
A
non-cricketers.
marquee. Yeah, you've got like this player pool of just like
They could be celebrities. I'm talking
Yeah.
like
Oh.
Hamish and Andy,
celebs, media
Peter
personalities.
Hellier. Like we just have to put a few like
Chompers,
Toshy.
Tony Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna put on the pads,
And you have to hide him at fine leg the whole time or whatever. Like,
No, put him in the hot spot. Put him
Yeah.
like mid on, mid off. Yeah.
I want him running someone out.
Yeah.
I'd have Trump as a bat pad.
maybe that game doesn't count for points, but I
Yeah.
think there'd be a game that I would.
A celebrity game.
One round.
Half
where-
and half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I can get around. Bit
Yeah.
of Big Bash X.
Trying to think if we
Yeah.
could float in. You probably can't float all these older blokes in because it's
Like
a
when they
liability.
did the bushfire appeal sort of game.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you want to see.
Trying to think who we could put in. There's a lot of older blokes.
I think Chompers would be a good one.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about him facing 150 clicks, and I struggle to see 150 clicks.
He can't get between wickets either.
Yeah.
No chance.
Who can we get that's a little bit younger? Dill Buckley would be up for a shout.
Yeah.
Dill Buckley has played 2 games of cricket, and he talks about how he made 10 runs and then
Yeah,
made a
true.
duck.
You'd be able to get some good footy players. Zach Merritt actually plays. He's played a couple of games for our club side. He's actually a gun.
I'm hearing
Gun
it. Yeah, it's
cricketer,
pretty good at cricket.
I've heard that Nathan Murphy's pretty handy at cricket.
Murph, yeah.
Did
I
he
played with
switch
Murph.
over?
Todd's brother.
Vic Knight.
Yeah.
He didn't play.
Mark's
He didn't
brother.
wasn't contracted, but yeah, he played like under 17s, under 19s. Murph, yeah.
Oh, the more you know.
Yeah.
This is like Will Sutherland playing footy for Vic Metro and
Yeah.
being half a sniff of being drafted.
We're going to workship this idea and take it to the Big Bashers X because I know
Live with
them
me.
really well.
We're going to take it to Graham. We're
We're
going to take it to Graham Manu.
Yeah, Graham Manu, we want you to play Dave Hughes at first slip with his vape in his pocket.
Let's move on from this. No.
Jeremy loves his cricket. He's one who can get in.
There you go.
Absolutely
Yeah.
obsessed.
Imagine that
obsessed with
hair
his cricket.
flowing as he runs in.
I reckon he'd bowl like in his day would have bowled wheels with the chest out and like
Yeah.
buttons undone like
Big-
Dennis Lilly.
Big chain.
Yeah.
Don't know if he'd be steaming in current form. I've seen him walk around in his Fox Footy suit and his knees are buckling.
in his
but-
piping hot t-shirt.
yes.
Derm's hands are huge. He
His
shook my hand
hands.
once and his hand wrapped my hand.
Well, we
They are
played
massive.
this charity game that Dad and I played in and stuff, and he was like getting out everyone's bat, like this is a good bat, like real cricket snuff.
Debbie, this
Jeez.
is what,
Really
this is what we
like
need.
that.
This is
Yeah.
what we
Did
need.
you ever get? Well, I know we're about to do AFL over 70. This is backtracking, but your dad played for Australia. Did you ever get a crack at his kit back? Like your dad comes home from work, aka playing cricket at the highest level, and you just pull out. I'm trying to think of who he's sponsored by, but you pull out
Grey
his bats,
Nicks,
Grey Nicks, power bow, and you're just batting with it in the backyard, or
Yeah, well, I
chuck on the Australia helmet for back your front yard cricket.
Yeah, we used to get some few. Grey Nichols actually when we were kids used to give us like size 5, size 6 bats when we were younger. But I remember one time me and my brother were absolutely filthy because he had I don't know if you remember the Nitros cricket bats, are like blue sort of Grey Nichols cricket bat. And anyway, Dad went over to India to play in the the IPL before it was the IPL. It was called the ICL. And anyway, he went over there and then came back, and we were like, at this stage, like growing up a bit, like probably almost a full size bat. And he's given 10 bats out to all these kids in India, which is like, you think about it now, it's like, oh, like what a great gesture. I was absolutely ropeable. I was like, at least bring one back for me.
Bring me back to bloody Nitro. That's all I asked
At least
for.
bring me back one, and he's just done the right thing and given it to kids in India on the street.
Jeez.
They would have gave those bats a workout too.
Yeah, they're probably still batting with them.
Yeah. Gee
Jeez.
whiz.
Yeah, this year I had Matt Short's Australia A vest and I wore it in a game. But I was thinking in my head, I was like, I can imagine the young Elliott boys getting around with a few maybe Matty's gloves or helmet or something.
Imagine club cricket rolls around and you see Sam wearing a baggy green.
It's something really cool.
What we should do next season, like our garage is full of his old stuff. You should actually wear an Australian lid in one of your games or something like that.
Done.
Or like a Vic lid or something like that.
We bumped into Mark Cosgrove and he gave us a few of his old shirts to wear in videos. But I was like, we were chasing like a Vic lid so bad this year. We couldn't find one.
Or a message.
I think you would have got in trouble
helmet.
if you gave us a Vic lid.
We
and
really
did
want to
something
Stars
cool.
helmet.
Got Dad's old one or something like that.
Yeah, we're trying to
Big
get like
bash helmet.
a Stars or a Renegades helmet or something, just to really flex on the Division 9 cricket league.
Yeah.
I know Sheffield Shield cricket.
Definitely
Yeah.
sort that out.
For you guys, because I'm retired,
Thanks, Basil.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Dermy is back on the
This is
desk.
interesting. Why are you pinching your nipples?
Sorry, Dermy's a little bit hot in the studio at the moment. And we bring back AFL 1170 with the question asking, obviously the great Western Sydney Football Club play goal songs after each player's goals.
I don't know if it's just the Great Western Sydney. I think Brisbane Lions did it first. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I only heard it through.
Shut the fuck up.
This is not Charlie Cameron. What is Charlie Cameron?
Country Road.
Country Road.
Yeah. Well, this question sort of alluded to me when Tom Green, obviously, after every goal that he kicked, plays the famous GTA taxi music.
The Samba.
And it's funny. It's good. It got people up and about. It had that bloke doing the Glock 3000 in the crowd. That was
questionable.
Didn't the Crows on the weekend started doing it as well?
The Crows started it last year.
Because Chris Burgess had an unusual one on the weekend. I was trying to think what it is. But yeah, it's catching on. I had me thinking that maybe for the Div 12 Ressies we need to get some songs going.
Yeah.
They're doing the Big Bash after 4s and 6s.
Yeah.
And they used to do, correct me if I'm wrong, walkout songs and you used to get to pick them. Do you still get to do that?
I don't know if you do. Maybe Wickets, I reckon they've got a list of songs.
Yeah.
but
Do you get a say? Like, or is it
I didn't, but I can definitely chase that up.
early Big Bash days when that first came in and it was a bit revolutionary, like T20 cricket, was each player had to pick their walkout song.
Yeah.
And I remember like Glenn McGrath maybe batted at 6 in a T20 game because it was a piss take comp back then. And they had to pick their songs and he picked, it's going to hurt my brain, but he picked an unusual one about how he's a good batsman. So something for cricket, T20, Div 12 Ressies, goal songs.
Yeah, I think we need goal songs. So I asked the public, I said, if you kicked a goal, what's your goal song going to be?
If you are walking out for the Big Bash, what's your goal song? Or your walkout song?
What's your wicket song? You've just blown the poles of Johan Botha.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be blowing his poles. He's 45 and running against Jim Brady and park runs in West Beach or Adelaide.
You knock over Glenn Maxwell.
Well, he plays in the same team as Glenn Maxwell.
no,
So
no,
you guys
no.
are really off the mark today.
You
Knock over Cam Bancroft.
knocked
There you
over
go,
Alex Carey
Okay.
in a game at Adelaide Oval.
Put me on the spot here. Something to get the crowd. Maybe just Darryl Braithwaite horses.
Yeah.
First one that comes to mind.
That.
Good man.
I like
Bit
that.
original, but
True.
He'd be a fan
so
favourite.
not very original, but yeah.
No, it's all right. It's be a fan favourite. I like it, Sam. It's very good. Check, man, if you kicked a torp from inside the centre square, what do you...
Joel Turner and the modern day poets, these kids. The
Is that
beatboxer.
Is that Pumped Up Kicks?
No, it's the beatboxer from Australian Idol.
Oh, that's so bad. Jesus Christ.
Jeez, you are a rare unit, my friend.
Yeah, that's
Very rare.
How do you not know Joel Turner and the Modern Day Poets?
Sorry, man. Sorry. I guess. Sorry. I don't know.
I've got a few here.
He released one album. I'm pretty sure it went like 3 on the charts.
Sorry, I wasn't born in the 1960s when you were alive. Jeez. Sorry, man.
What was it? Hang on, what was the Australian Idol top 12 song they made the first year? You guys probably weren't even born then, 2004.
Oh, I was.
Rise Up.
Rise Up.
There's a whole 12 came into the Sydney Opera House on grand final night of Australian Idol and sang it together as a duet? 12-et.
12 ads. Put that in the dictionary. Trey, what would yours be?
You're not gonna know this, but it's by King Hendrix, and it's Special Team Anthems. I don't know. There's a streamer called Sketch, and he streams Madden, and he does like really weird like things. And he just mentions him, and that's my favorite song at the moment.
King Team Anthems.
No. So King Hendrix, Special Team Anthems.
Special Team Anthems.
Trey, when he kicked his goal last year, they actually played the Titanic music.
I did
That
see
was a bit strange.
I was shattered that I wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
Proud.
Oh, you would have thrown a Hans Zimmer Academy as well.
He would have been first in the pack.
Jeez.
Hard solo, maybe, not super.
All right, a few songs we've got. We've got Jakey McKenna has said "Sexy Back" by Justin Timberlake.
That's a tune.
That's
You
raunchy.
gotta have a bit of ego to do that one, I reckon.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real. I think Jack Ginnivan would do that.
You gotta be confident in yourself.
Chubbs, our good friend, has said Melbourne Sound.
Oh,
That's a good one.
That's
Actually,
I
That's
don't know
good.
if they'll get ticked off.
No.
yes, Melbourne Sound, you ain't fucking around. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna. Yeah.
Maybe just the bass drop of Melbourne Sound.
Dill, we've just moved to Melbourne last year. Dill's invited us to come do a DJ set at his first ever Clubby Sports Grand Final breakfast. Massive event at the Crown. Sold out. He's got Max Gorn speaking. Simon Goodwin was there. All these famous people and brands in the room at the Crown Casino and Entertainment Complex. Sold out breakfast luncheon. And we get up to do a DJ set, and the first song I put on was Melbourne Sound. And we emptied the room very quick.
Yeah.
And Dill has not shaken my hand and looked me in the eyes ever since.
probably fair.
We've got SD Workshop has put Burr by Gucci Mane.
Yeah, not familiar with that one.
I'm imagining that's mumble rap.
Yeah,
not me.
mumbo jumbo stuff. Jackie Brooks, the chorus of Iris from Goo Goo Dolls.
We need to
Very
skip
good.
down here. Gaff, Triple H from WWE's theme song.
Yes.
Clear. That is clear. That is the best thing I've ever heard.
And he's
Actually,
he's labelled here because everyone will know that it's time to play the game.
Absolutely.
After you've kicked a
on the
snag.
same sort of wavelength,
Yes.
it's the Undertaker's birthday today.
It is the Undertaker's birthday today. Where were we?
We're
What
at
the
the
fuck
cafe.
is this podcast?
We're in the
Toss
cafe. We're in the
Undertaker.
cafe having a coffee today. Will, we didn't come. You asked us to come to the cafe, and we didn't reply because we weren't going to go. And then,
we were.
Yeah,
gonna
my
go.
and then
housemate-
very late minute, we just like the cafe, and we didn't rock up.
Well, my housemate was very sad, so I had to console.
Okay,
fair.
well, Shrey's on his phone, and the coffee comes, and he goes, "It's the Undertaker's birthday today."
I just recently started following wrestling again, and I followed them on Facebook, and it came up. So I thought.
But then we were
pay some
discussing
respects.
maybe for the opening of Div 12 Ressies, the first game, imagine Shrey doesn't run out with the team, and people watching the live stream are like, well, Shrey's not on the field, what's going on? There was something must have happened, and then the Undertaker music just plays. And he comes out of the change room with just filling up with a smoke machine, and Shrey just
No, it's
walks
just
out
Dave Hughes blowing a few vapes.
walks out to full forward.
I don't
so-
need any more me time after this week, and I think someone else can do that.
Connor Rogers will do it, I'm sure he will.
Oh,
He'll
he
love
would.
it. Just a few more. We've got Connor Palmer, "Life's a Highway" from Cars, a specific Cars version. Tricky has said "Run" by DMC, so just a bit more.
It's a good one, it's a popular one. I
Bit more
reckon
rap.
that would feature most big
How
bash
does that one
games.
go?
It's tricky.
Is it actually?
No, the song's "Run."
Oh, I thought that was Tricky by DMC.
No.
Different. It's confusing me. The guy's name's Tricky, and he said "Run" by DMC. There's Tricky by.
Isaac McLeod, "I'm Sexy and I Know It" for obvious reasons, he said. Good Vibrations, Nathan Schwab has said that. Seven Nation Army, banger.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park theme for Epic Goals.
Don't like that one. Either.
Epic Songs deserves Epic Goals. And Horny, the 98 extended remix.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's a good
Nathan
one.
Richard.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I don't know if they can play that at the MCG,
I'm horny.
but it would be elite if they could. I mean,
It'd be good if they could.
Yeah.
Even like the more recent short round remix of it, where they play it like Cloud9. Just play that in at the MCG.
No more Melbourne bounce. Let's stop that.
But the Stars have a DJ. They have Jesse James DJing.
Yeah, they get few different Peking duck. I
Peking
think
duck
That
blade,
was
yeah.
a bit different. I
That was
like
a
that. I like
Yeah,
that.
and then the other thing I noticed they do when they had the DJs shoot a shitload of fireworks off and the whole MCG fills with smoke. And I've always wondered if that is a breathing hazard for you boys.
Yeah, well, running out, I reckon my first ever game was the first of the whole Big Bash against Sydney Sixers, and I had no idea what was going on, and so I've gone over to get the ball after they've hit a six, and like same thing, fireworks almost hit me in the, like, yeah, I'd like. Anyone, any danger of someone telling me that before?
Because when you run out, there's fireworks. When there's a wicket, fireworks.
Wicket, four
And
sixes.
Trey had a TikTok this year that
Oh my
was
gosh.
like 38 degrees at the MCG, and they had all the flamethrowers around the boundary going off, and we were sitting like 4 rows behind them.
Yeah, that's not okay. We need to change it. Let's get misters or something instead.
Just Trey just dripping in sweat, and I'm trying to think maybe Glenn Maxwell teed off or Cartwright was teeing
Glenn
off.
Maxwell teed off like a 15 bowls.
So it was just flame the entire time,
Yeah.
and we were just literally cooking in the row D of the G. So,
Yeah, Shrey was.
but I always see the
Travis Noble
smoke. I was
that
like, that can't be good. That just can't be good for you guys. Running out, and you're about to open the bowling, and you just puffed 6 vapes.
day. I think the Big Bash needs to start listening to us with ideas. Misters, AFLX type games,
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Can the Undertaker play Big Bash?
Yes, we
would be
found
a
the
excellent
perfect one.
Yeah.
If Brett Lee's at the top of his mark, and then all the lights go out of the G, and the Undertaker appears at the top of the mark.
I'd have a stiffy.
Yeah, that would be all top
Especially if
five.
the G's all dark when he walks out.
Yeah.
Oh my
And then
God.
everyone's like, what the fuck?
All right, Checkers Checkout's back. It's been about 6 months since we've had it. No, it's been a while. I used to do a segment, Sam, where I'd bring in a food item and people would have to eat it, no matter what it was.
Ugh.
It's been refined over the years because, and by years I mean months, and by months I mean weeks, because very early in the piece I brought stinky spam in here on a 40-degree day.
OH&S has come into play.
and it stunk out the entire office for weeks, and then we started blindfolding people and just shoving food in their mouth. There was blindfolded chocolate milk. There was blindfolded guess what chocolate bar you're eating.
Chicken nuggets.
LCM bars.
Yeah, blindfolded LCMs, blindfolded chicken nuggets. So I've changed it up a little bit today. It's a little bit safer. Don't want to cause any concerns because we've had a few weeks off and I want to build it back up to being the great powerhouse it was. So in my back pocket, I've just brought in 2 packets of footy cards.
Oh, wow.
That's a great result.
Yes.
And before we open them, I wanted... It's not really a great listening segment, just opening footy cards. So let's make it a great listening segment. I want you to predict a team that you're going to get in there and a player you're going to get in there. And if we get them, then that's, you win. It's just a bit of a game. So
I love the Kangas, so I'm hoping to get Luke Davies-Uniacke. Or my good friend Charlie Comben.
I don't know if he's got a footy card.
He could. He might.
No.
No offense to Chom, but we've got VFL cards. Get him in the ones.
What about you, Sam? Who do you reckon you're going to
Who do you follow in the footy?
get? Yeah.
I'm Pies.
Yes.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah,
Okay.
the hard start. But I'm going to go one of my good mates. I reckon I'm going to get Caleb Sarong.
Oi.
Oh, he's on
That's a good
fire.
one. All right. Are you going to do them in order or are you just going to do them at the same time?
We'll get Sam,
Sam,
to go
go
If I
first.
can open them.
Well, yeah,
It's
we're
a-
hard to open. We'll
it's
pump
a
through them.
tough packet.
People listening on Spotify would probably not enjoy listening to us just reading out footy card stats, but they do have 2 packets of selected footy stars in front of them.
Help
Gee
Need
whiz.
to chop
me out.
out
Go
here.
big dog.
There you go.
Perfect.
Sam Elliott opening his packet first. We're looking for Caleb Sarong.
Jack Higgins on the packet.
Yeah, he kicked a good
I
goal
like
on the
it.
weekend.
Come on,
Great
shitty
goal.
cup.
All right, spit him out. Who we got?
Callum Mills. Took Miller in my Supercoach team.
He said Took.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got-
I saw that. I always say Took.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
dunno.
torn a new one by
Yeah.
Rat.
It's probably fair.
Who said that as
Rory
well?
Atkins.
Atkins.
So
Rory
one of
Atkins.
Rory Atkins chats with Rat, and he brought up Took Miller. Took, because
yeah.
Took rhymes with Luke.
And there's a U in it. It makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah.
But we always thought it was Took because
Nah.
I always see people online say Tuk, as in
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Took Miller.
the
Hmm.
is it from Thailand? Tuk-tuks?
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
sort of those countries.
Yeah.
Anyway, good cricketer. He played VFL for cricket when he was like 15, I think.
Very nice.
Jacob Wiedering, Charlie Cameron, Jaden Stevenson, Scott Pendlebury, my favourite
Oh,
player.
that's a good card.
Yeah,
Got a
favourite player.
Pies player.
Put that on the back of the phone.
Ben Keys, Tom Barras, and the Tomahawk.
Tomahawk.
Ooh.
Well, you got a Pies player. That's good.
Yes.
Very
happy.
handy.
It's good.
No Caleb though. A bit upset about that.
All right.
Oh no.
He's looking for. We can't open his packet. What is going on here?
My hands.
They're hard,
The
I'm
select
telling
ones
you.
are really hard to
We
open.
went
They
to
actually
St Kilda last year and did a pack opening, and Jack Sinclair spent 30 minutes trying to open this packet of footy
Well, we
cards.
should have
My
gave him a
hands
chop
were
out.
just really sweaty. Okay.
All right, who we
Who
got?
are you hoping for again?
Luke.
Luke Davies-Uniacke.
That's right.
We've got Darcy Parish. Oh, we got Katie Brennan. We got some AFLW play. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
We got a Caleb Sarong
Oh,
card.
you got the wrong packet.
You can
Oh.
pull that in your
that
back
one.
pocket. We've got Lukey Parker. Rory Laird. Ooh, very shiny. We've got Will Day, good friend of mine. I say good friend, he said hello to me twice.
That counts.
That counts. Alex Neil-Bullen. Very good
From
footballer.
SA.
Amy McDonald. And then we've got Adam Trelaw.
Nice.
Very
Nice.
good
Well, we got the
footballers.
Sarong.
Yeah.
That's a
I feel
pretty.
like that's a pretty good result.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Two
good.
packets
That's
getting
a
one
win.
player.
Gather round is coming up in a week. Next week, we'll be going to Adelaide for Gather round. And last year, Gather round, we took 2001 footy cards there. We had a couple packets we found on eBay, and we
Yep.
just had them in our bag. Bump into Gil McLaughlin, and we ask him to open up a packet. And I did the same thing. I said, "Which player do you want to see in there?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm a St Kilda supporter, so Robert Harvey." And he opened them from the back, and you can see the logos on the back sometimes. And it had a St Kilda logo, and he was like, we thought it was going to be the most majestical moment ever. And he turned it around, and it was Spider Everett.
Hey,
But like
Still iconic, Spider Everett.
you could see the chills on his spine. He just had a St Kilda logo, and he is just perked up like this is
This is the day.
it.
the
And
one thing about that pack opening is in the pack, he pulled a Ben Cousins card, and those cards I'm like, oh, they look good. Gives the cards back to us. Cheggers takes the cards and gives them to his daughter, and I was
it's the
fuming.
exact same thing as your
Yeah.
dad giving away
I
cricket
was
bats to the
Yeah.
Indian
fuming.
kids.
As well.
I
That's the one
wanted a
you
Ben
want.
Cousins card, just like it was in pristine condition. It looked good.
Well, it just come out of a packet that'd been sitting unopened for 20 years.
Yeah, it looks
and
so
then
good.
and then Cheggers just gives it away to an 8-year-old.
It's
who-
way too nice.
who
The funnier
doesn't
factor
know?
was an 8-year-old girl was walking around Adelaide Oval that day with Ben Cousins just in her pocket.
Yeah, without knowing anything.
Yeah,
But
not
good on
knowing
her.
of the Brownlows or the premierships that were won.
Good on her.
Have you got a cricket card? That would have been an interesting game. I should have checked out some cricket cards.
I'm not sure. I know there's heaps at home. Dad's got heaps at home. with him,
We're
but I don't know
more
if
thinking
they
a
do it
Sam
anymore.
Elliott cricket card.
Yeah,
They
I
would
don't know
surely
if
have
they-
some big bash.
Yeah, surely they do.
Do
I
they?
haven't
Do they
seen
not let
them,
you know? Like,
Cricket trading cards.
Oh,
I know with the footy.
oh no, they do. I reckon I've signed a few before actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they get you to sign them and they send you out a couple sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon I.
There is
No.
trading cards, but I want to see if there is a Sam Elliott one.
There's these digital ones, NFTs, things
Yeah, I
online.
see
and
them all the time.
There's this one that we had to sign as like a players association to use, and anyway, you can see there's like gold, silver, bronze on different players. Someone's paid $50 for a bronze Sam Elliott. That's like, what? Like it's worth nothing. It's just like a card online. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, they
That's
did
good value.
cherish that.
NFTs, that's beautiful. I might have to go buy it off him.
You shouldn't have brought that up. Will's going to be straight on that website after this.
Yeah, no dinner
Jeez.
this week, Will.
Back in my pocket, baby. Sorry, I can't pick up anything. My hands are too sweaty.
Interesting footy card stories while Will's looking this up. We did a video of Lockie Jones and he had to sign some cards, and he told us he signed 300 cards, and only on one of the cards, they ask you to sign them in a special pen in a certain way. He put his number on there, but didn't put him on any of the others. And that was a secret fact he had. And I was like, if collectors knew that, you've just upped the price of that card infinitely because it's the only card out there with your number on it.
Yeah.
And then Jack Lukosius I caught up for a video with, and he had his rookie card that you sign as well. And they send you out like 300. They're all numbered, and they send them out, and you got to sign them all and send them back in an envelope. And he just didn't send them all of them back. He just forgot to, like, he'd signed maybe 150, and he had 50 just sitting in his bottom of his footy bag,
Oh my God.
just unsigned.
Jeez.
So 50 of the numbered Luco cards weren't on the market that year.
Well, I found a cricket card of your dad, but I haven't found one of you.
I reckon I got a Redbacks Matthew
And it's-
Elliott card we were running in the back of the phone for a bit.
Yeah.
It's currently going for $4.
We were going to buy it.
$3 too many.
Free postage, so that's coming.
Win-win.
It's coming home with me, baby. Boys, we're nearly there for the pod. The studio's getting very, very warm. Chex is playing with the footy cards.
This one's got a plastic film on it. I want to rip it off. I don't know.
Don't, man.
It's coming off.
Please.
Why is there a plastic? Oh, so shiny.
Wow, that's very cool.
Bit different.
All right. Yeah, move on. I'm just touching footy cards and Will's looking up footy cards on eBay. This pod really got out of hand.
Will you be going to gather round again, Sam?
No, unfortunately, I won't be.
Was that a cricket trip?
Yeah, we do year-on gather-round. So first year was obviously last year, and then we do Gilligan's in Cairns, which I don't know if you've been there.
Oh, what's the club in Cairns? Is it Gillies?
Gillies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the greatest place
It's
on
like
earth.
it's a mecca, isn't it? It's like a footy trip mecca. They don't have any other pubs there. They just have
Yeah,
the
there are
one.
like one or two others, but like
that's the
it
nightclub
is,
pub.
like-
You get your feed there at 3 p.m. and then because you're waking up late because you're on a footy trip.
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
10
start.
a.m.
Yeah.
I would be
We got
getting
certain
home at 10
rules.
a.m.
Not
certain
interested in that.
And
but
then
yeah, we're going. Gillies is like the great like paradise on earth. Like not just from a going out point of view. It's just so fun. Best night of your life. Yeah.
they open every night.
should
Is
go
that?
there. Pardon?
Are they open every night as well?
Yep. Backpackers.
Imagine working there. I always thought
All
that
the workers are backpackers.
because like I know it's the hottest spot for footy trips, but I was like, imagine just doing 6 months on a footy trip.
Maybe
A
cut this
6 month
out.
long footy trip.
But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of scantily clad women that go to that place. I'm pretty sure. Or it's like a place.
Yeah,
in
you
like,
always see it on that Mad Monday Instagram.
Yeah,
all the
the
rippers.
Mad Monday.
And,
I don't
it's
know
not
if the
a-
rippers-
no,
but
I
the-
don't think
They got the clothes on, and there's a lot of
Maybe it's
fat
different-
blokes they always stitch up with the
Oh,
photos.
is that
Yeah.
when the actual company Mad Monday?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different place, but
It's an easy grab at likes. They found out the
Yeah.
trick. If you're fat, just post on Instagram and everyone will roast you. So they just take photos of fat blokes on the piss with hot girls next to them, and everyone goes, "Oh, that's funny."
That's what we do on Instagram, baby.
But yeah, no, I just got that, and then presentation night Wednesday night at Crown. So
Are you gonna win anything?
Oh,
not sure. Hopefully, one day player of the year. Hopefully,
that'll be handy.
that's a shout. But
Is that
no.
for Vix, the presentation
for
night?
Vix, yeah, Vix and Big Bash, I think. Yeah,
True.
Renegade Stars. So
Together in the same room,
yep.
fisticuffs,
Yeah.
hand-to-hand combat at the Crown.
Yeah, we need.
Sand,
Well,
line on the
checkers. I
sand.
don't know if you're invited back after your last DJ set at Crown when you emptied the room pretty quickly.
yeah.
I can play Melbourne Sound because there's going to be both Melbourne teams in the room.
Yeah.
That could work a treat.
Try
But
and get you there, maybe.
yeah, it's actually been the end of my DJ career. That's it. Check.
Openly looking for a date though. For Shrey, you want to be my date for?
Yeah, I can come down. I'm gonna go buy a suit. The boys went to the Essendon A4W BNF and I didn't go, so I don't have a suit. I'll
Yeah,
go buy
right.
one from Target.
He has one button-up shirt and he gets a workout. We're not normally the blokes to wear button-ups or formal attire.
Yeah, t-shirts do the job.
T-shirts everywhere. So
yeah. Well, it's black suit and tie.
Okay.
So you
okay.
might need
we
to.
could whip something up.
I'll speak to the sponsors.
Wear your cricket whites.
Oh, those haven't seen a good night of day. They are horror.
Check, man. What's coming up for you, brother?
Well, we just had the busiest weekend of our lives.
Yeah, I need to just
Lots of sleep.
Well, just trying to avoid the AFL this week because I feel like people will be sick of watching us. We were on the MCG 3 times, then Marvel Stadium twice
Yeah.
across 4 days. So felt like we were on there more than any of the players or the umpires. Well, there's a bit of footy on this week. It's Easter weekend, so you got the Geelong Hawthorn game. It'd be good. And
Call on a Monday, yeah.
there's a lot of footy on, so we'll probably go to the footy again. And then next week is a massive one. We go to Gather Round
Gather Round, that's a
again.
big week.
Tuesday onwards. Big announcement coming at Gather Round. Can't drop any details. I'm sorry, but
Stay tuned.
Trey's having a sex change.
Can we cut that out? I don't know if we can put that in there.
Yes. This is a good pod.
Trey's
Okay.
dumping his girlfriend.
No, don't
and
say
moving
that
to Venezuela.
I'm going to Gilligan's to live full time.
That sounds like a good life.
Yes.
Well, Sam, thanks for coming on the pod.
Wait, Will, what have you got going on?
What have I got going on?
When are we going to Tasmania?
Yeah, we do need to book this in because I'm
They've
not.
just announced an AFL team. It's the perfect time to go over and put your resume in for head coach.
I'm not running away from this bet that I lost, but we do need to book in. I don't want to pay $300 for a trip to Tasmania.
It was
Okay,
your idea.
it was my
It was
idea.
actually your idea. And I was going to fork it up and I wasn't able to afford rent that week.
Yeah, I don't want to pay $300 for a
He lost a bet.
ticket. But it's not. I shouldn't have to pay for it.
You came up with the bet.
Yeah, you
You
came
lost
up with
it.
Yeah.
Ah,
if
shut
I
up.
come up with the idea, I would have paid for you. You came up with the idea to go with the stupid boat.
Fine.
We want you to go and put your resume in for head coach.
Okay, I can do
Tasmania Devils.
that. Yeah, I can get that done.
We need you to do some scouting.
Yeah.
Can we get Sam Elliott when he's 29 and his
5:30
back stress fractures are kicking in?
Yeah.
At 5:30 in the morning when I arrive on the boat.
Yeah,
you
I
want me
need you to say, I'm a player manager and here's the players I can sign you in 2027.
Okay.
Sam Elliott, Mitch Perry, maybe.
Will Sutherland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, he might be playing for Collingwood or something. He's just pretty good at footy. But we're bringing the premium talent to Tassie.
Beautiful. Well, get my body right for footy as well. Had a pracky match on the weekend.
Here we go. What happened at the pracky match? There's a highlight I've seen. I don't know if you've seen this, Sam.
I haven't seen.
I'll show you this after the pod, but it's.
Caden McDonald played well, but I kicked goal, so I was pretty happy.
Where was the goal from?
The pocket. It was
40 metres out
Yeah.
from the boundary.
Snap or
No, drop punt.
Yeah.
Jamie Elliott after the
a
siren.
droppy. It looked good. It was very good.
It was for his preferred left foot, so
Yeah,
I'll,
so
take,
the
I'll
angle-
take a point away.
The angle did help, but yeah.
But
It
then
was a
I
good
also
droppy.
heard from Jared Davis, your opponent took 8 contested marks on you.
Well, I played in the back line for 2 minutes and I got manhandled by someone who was 140 kilos.
Yeah, man, just throw the towel in now.
We know it all too well. Shrey's been there before.
Yeah, it's no good.
Sam, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for having
It's been a long time coming, but we're glad to have you on. Go well in the off season. Go well next season, and hopefully
When you want a game of footy, you know who to call.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you want a
Yeah.
net session,
Yeah, we
and
can
you
get
want
that
someone to
sorted.
bowl at, maybe not. If you don't want someone to bowl to, you don't call us. We're not that good at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But if you
If
want
you need
someone to bowl bounces
at,
at, Shrey's
you
ready.
guys.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
come
keen.
officiate because I'm retired.
Yeah.
We're you guys for sure. Thank you everyone for listening once again. Rated 5 stars. We hit 100 reviews on
Huge.
Spotify. So we're at a 4.8 star review.
Oh, some people dishing up some bad reviews.
Yeah.
Who are they? I'll find the home address.
Subscribe on YouTube. We're going to put all the episodes on there. And share it to your mum, share it to your family.
Graham Manu, we're coming for you.
Yeah, Graham Manu. That one's for you, brother. Thank you guys.